So I have three different questions that people asked, and I'll be putting it on the screen and I'll respond to it. I just hope that this video would not be long, but it's going to help as many persons that are planning to come to Portugal and want to take a decision. So, but before I go into the video proper, you've been coming across my channel or you've been seeing my video and you have not subscribed, please kindly do that. Or you've been getting values and you have not thought of maybe subscribing or liking the video, please, it really means a lot to me. Thank you so much. I'll be looking down my screen to read the question, and I hope you would actually point out and know where you would actually fall, and I know this video would help. I have admission with University of Lisbon in September, paid. I accepted it but couldn't go for visa processing for some reasons. I have received update from the school as if I'm their student. Do you think I can still take the offer? So first of all, you have accepted, you got admitted into the university and you accepted the admission. Yes, for the fact that you've accepted, it means you paid a token. You asked them to keep that space for you so that another person would not take it. That's the meaning of that enrollment fee that you're paying. So you've already accepted it. So it's like you are now indebted to the school. So whenever you're coming back to the school, whenever you're coming or you're coming to resume or you coming into Portugal, it means you are owing a debt that you're going to pay tuition fee because you have accepted it. It means you're telling them not to give the space to other persons if they want admission. So they've kept it for you. So a lot of persons would accept admission and would not even go for visa. The moment you have accepted the admission, it means you're telling them, hey, please keep that space for me. I am coming, whatever. So that acceptance fee that you have made, it is non-refundable. It cannot be refunded back to you, even if visa is not granted. Okay, so a lot of persons will say, oh, yes, they didn't give me visa and I've paid acceptance fee and part of the tuition. I must collect my acceptance fee and the tuition. No, you can only be refunded the tuition. Okay, that is if the refund policy says that. Each school has its own refund policy, and that's why I always emphasize that whenever you're trying to pick a school, always check their refund policy. If the refund policy says at so time half of the tuition will be given back to you or so amount will be deducted, check ISCTA. They have refund policy and it is clearly stated. It has windows like a period of time that you can accept, otherwise you can receive back your money. Even if visa, you've not checked the visa, even if the visa was not denied, there is a particular time, otherwise there is a fee that will be deducted irrespective whether visa is being denied or not. I think I love that school. I remembered when my sister applied to that school, and she paid a full tuition, because of visa purposes. So she paid full tuition, and fortunately for her, she got scholarship at Malta. And we needed to collect back our money from the school. It was done on me that, we needed to have checked the refund policy before we before we applied to that school. But fortunately for us, yes, she has not gotten a visa, but fortunately we went to the site and checked the refund policy. I think I think our tuition fee was 3,000 and they deducted like just little amount from it. We were so happy because other schools, the only time they would be refunded back is if visa is being denied, but the school gave it back to us. So I think I love that school and I'm giving them kudos for that. Okay, so if you want to apply, you can apply. So this particular student is asking that, oh, she still receives update, because you have accepted the tuition, even if you have not come, even for the next 2 years that the program, your master's program, will be on. Even if you don't come to Portugal, you will still be receiving update from the school, because you asked them to keep that offer for you. So if, take for example, you now want to come, maybe the September intake is September, and you're now in, maybe you've spent a year, or let's say 5 or 6 months. If you want to come to that school, you would be accepted. The only condition is, yes, you have mixed those periods. They will ask you to pay the tuition of that period that you have missed, and they will give you a supportive document from the university. So even if you've spent 1 year, 2 years, but you paid that acceptance fee, you will still be receiving notification until you tell them that, oh, I couldn't make it, and you want to cancel the acceptance. Otherwise, if you come in, let's say for example, oh, you said, I've spent about 1 year and I don't think it will still work. If you don't cancel it and you come into Portugal, okay, you apply to another school, you come into Portugal, do you know what? That debt, that tuition, that period of time, that's fee for that year. If it's 1 year, you're going to pay it. Okay, it's like you're going to pay it. It's a debt that you are owing them, because you asked them to keep the application on for you. Okay, so if you know you're not coming, or you think you cannot proceed because this person said because of some reasons, okay, inform the school that, oh, I can no longer accept the admission. It's better for them to cancel the admission than for you to accept what you know you cannot come. So canceling it is the best. So secondly, the question is, another question, I want to apply for masters in international studies, but the language of instruction is English and Portuguese. Can I still apply for it? What would you advise, please? Oh, you are so lucky. They said the language of instruction. I think the question is so clear. They said it would be in English and Portuguese. It means, take for example, I applied for this course. In that class, if the teacher is teaching in Portuguese, the teacher can speak both English and Portuguese. And if the population in the class, let's say, is maybe, because most of them understands English, that's just one thing I should tell you, okay, but they will just tell you they don't understand, but they understand. Okay, so if the population of people that speaks English is, let's say 95 to 5, they will speak more of English in the class, and the teacher would also at the same time speak Portuguese. Okay, but let's say both in the class, and maybe they are 50-50, or maybe the Portuguese is higher. Most times they are always higher than the English speakers. So the teacher would teach both in Portuguese. All of you will be in the same class. So if the teacher teaches in Portuguese, he will come again and explain in English. So you are so lucky, okay, that the teacher would teach in the class, not giving you a time maybe to book, to have a meeting, an appointment with him, and he will start teaching you separately. When others are working, you are booking meeting with professors. Okay, so it is a good one. If the course will be taught both in Portuguese and in English, it's a good one for you, and I would advise you to run and quickly go for that course. Okay, lastly, this person said, I'm not going to start from beginning. He said, thanks for your response and guide on YouTube. My visa was granted and I am in Portugal now. I want to know if I can switch to another school here in Portugal. My school fees is too expensive. I am thinking of applying for masters in a cheaper school. Please, will it affect me? Okay, so usually I tell people that when you want to apply to a school, it is good you make research. Research is really, really important, and I think my videos are well explanatory for you to understand the thing. Okay, so this person have already applied and is already in Portugal. So the person now find out that, oh, the tuition is way expensive, or probably the accommodation in that area is way expensive, and he or she have heard about other cities and she feels she can. So the first thing you need to do is, yes, I think there was a time that I was in University of Aveiro then, and I was thinking maybe I could go to Porto. So I discussed it with my professor, and I think he said it is possible for me to move it since there are similar courses there. So if there are similar courses, it's better you discuss with your HOD there, and they will give better guide, okay? Or better still, if you've coming into Portugal and you find out that the tuition is way expensive and you can't cope with it, my best advice that I would give to you is, like they say, cut your coat according to the size of the clothes, not according to your size anymore. Okay, so the best advice I will tell you is cancel the admission. Okay, but then before you cancel the admission, ensure that you have your resident card with you. Okay, cancel the admission, and you need to discuss with them that, oh, you cannot, well, I'll not advise you to say you cannot pay it because it's been there before. Or I think the excuse that, I don't know, but you can give the excuse that, oh, you don't think you can cope with the course and you would like to apply to another school. Okay, but first of all, you need to cancel the admission. If you don't cancel it and you go to another school, you are owing, and you're going to pay all the tuition of the remaining part of the fee. So it's better you cancel the admission and go and apply to another school. But then before you cancel the admission, you have to get your resident permit. It is really important, so that you are not left out. If you cancel it immediately, you come and you have not gotten your resident permit, it will be difficult, and your visa would expire with you without you getting your resident permit. Okay, so before you take any decision, ensure you ask people around you and take the wise decision. I hope these 3 questions have actually pointed or answered your question. So the first one is, you've gotten admission and you couldn't process your visa and you're still getting updates. Yes, it is because you accepted the admission and they are still expecting you to pay your tuition. Okay, so if you are not coming, it's better you cancel the accepted admission. Okay, and if you go ahead into taking the admission, when you're going for your visa, there they will expect you to bring a letter from the school that you are still a student of that school, and that school will tell you to pay your tuition. So it's either you cancel it and reapply. In fact, that would be the best that I would advise you. Cancel the admission and reapply, and it will do you a whole lot of good. Thank you so much if you have stayed up to this moment, and if there are other questions that you think you need to ask, you can ask it. I'll be going to the comment section and answer it. And if you are already in Portugal and you can answer some of these questions, please go to the comment section and help your brother so that they can know and be informed. Thank you so much, and see you in my next video. Bye bye. Ciao.